let me share my screen. Here's how this is going to work. I want to make sure I can see this. So let me move y'all to a new tab. Okay. Yeah, y'all can see that. Cool. All right. So I also have the chat pulled up to where I can see it. So any comments y'all have, drop them in as we're going. So what we're going to do, we are going to review one of my current localpreneur boot campers, Kat. She is a photographer in Louisville, Kentucky. So we're going to go through her Instagram and I'm going to tell you things she's doing really well. And then I'm going to offer her some upgrades. The upgrades that I'm going to offer her, I think everyone should go double check their own Instagrams and make sure you're also implementing these things. Sometimes we think we are, and then when we actually go look, we realize that we're not doing something, or we're not doing something as often as we think we are. So grab something to write with. If you want to pull up her Instagram account while we're going along, it's Kat Beal. I don't actually know how to, is it Beal? Bell, KATBEALL photography. I'll ask you on our call tomorrow. Make sure I'm saying your name right. So Kat has joined this summer round of the boot camp. So she is 2 weeks into the boot camp. So you're going to see kind of early on, and then I'm already excited to see what's happening here, like 12 weeks from now, whenever we're finished. But she's already doing a lot of things right. So I definitely want to make sure I highlight. Okay, she said Belle. Okay, good. Thanks. Okay. So whenever I start these Instagram makeover sessions, I always start by saying kind of the same, like 5 things. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 things. When someone lands on your Instagram, it is your job to make sure that they immediately know in the fastest way possible who you are, where you are, what you do, and how they can work with you. Okay, so who you are, where you are, what you do, and how they can work with you. Or maybe you take the how to be how the process of working with you works, like how that goes, like what your process is. I always like to say how they can work with you, because I feel like as local small business owners, especially service-based, usually we don't tell people how. We aren't super clear on how to work with us. So I think that's very important. Who you are, where you are, what you do, and how they can work with you. So looking at and yeah, you do that in 2 ways, your bio and your feed. So at first glance, I think you're very clear here, Kat, in your bio. I know right off the bat that you're a photographer, and I know that you are in Louisville, Kentucky. And I know that you take photos of dancers and seniors. So you've got the who, you've got the what, and you've got the where. And then I think we could work a little bit more on the how, like how they can work with you, but we'll get there in a minute. So capturing dancers and seniors, vibrant and fun sessions all about you. Now booking class of 2023, and then you have the contact link below. So we'll get to the contact. I want to focus up here on the top first. So I think here was my initial question is, do you take pictures of dancers and seniors? So like any senior, or do they have to be a dancer and a senior? I think that's where I was getting a little confused, because I think in the past 2 weeks inside the boot camp, I was under the impression that you worked with dancers who were seniors. But after looking at your Instagram, it seems like you do dancers and seniors. So I would just make that super, super clear in your messaging. So people who, and I could be wrong, so you let me know. But I think if you do work with both, like these are 2 separate people, like I can be a senior and you can take my picture and I'm not a dancer. If that is the case, to me, that's just not super clear. so I would be saying that, especially since you're bringing the dancer element into it. Yeah, how can you approach letting people know, even if they're not a dancer, that they can still work with you, is my question. Okay. So vibrant and fun sessions all about you. I like this. What I would ask you here is what, like your target people, like these seniors and dancers, what do they want? Do they want the vibrant and fun session that's all about them? Is that what they're buying? Like literally. So, and I think as we go through this, like I've picked up on kind of, I think what you're actually selling. Obviously, you're actually literally selling a photo shoot with photos, right? But I think you're kind of selling, we'll get there. We'll walk through it when we get through the pictures. But I think like, what words are your people saying to themselves? Are they going to say, ooh, I want a vibrant and fun session that's all about me? Do you think that's what they're actually saying to themselves? Like, what do they truly want? And how are you going to know? How are they going to know that you're the person for them? Okay, the next thing down said, now booking class of 2023. In my mind, because I'm thinking it's 2022, in my mind, 2023 sounds very far off, even though I know it's not, if I actually think about it. But how can you create some urgency around this? Like for the parent that is looking at your feed and they're thinking, oh, well, my kid's just now a junior, like senior next year, we'll worry about it then. How can you create the urgency now to get them to go ahead and be booking? And listen, that might not even be a problem for you. I'm just throwing that out there. When I saw 2023, I was like, oh, well, they've got plenty of time to book a session with you. But it's like, how can we make them want to do it like right now? Okay, so your call to action, contact link below. I would be more direct with this. I would say book your session now and link here. And then I'm actually going to click it and we'll look at it. Okay, so website and send me a message. Here's what I'll say. A few things. When people click on your website, now they've got to navigate things. They have to decide now, what are they looking for? Since you have, and this is for everybody, since you have like an about page, a galleries, an investment, a contact, a blog, you could make these separate pages each have their own button on your link tree if you wanted to, or at least have the most important ones. So for you, that's going to be your book now page or your contact page, or however you want that to work. Or possibly, you know, since you do have a blog, if you want to link to your blog so they can read, you know, whatever. But I would not just send them to the website, because what's going to happen here, if they're ready to book a session with you, you've now given them more work, because they're like, okay, well, now I got to go click on our website and read around. And then there's actually no quick way for them to book. And that could be where people are falling off, because they're like, oh, well, never mind. This whole process is going to take longer than I thought. I'm busy right now. I'll come back to it later. You want to do, and I talk about this in the boot camp, you want them to have, like, give them the path of least resistance here. What is the easiest way they could book? And I would make it in the shortest number of steps. So for you, you could, some options, send them to a Calendly link and let them set up an actual session with you. If you need some sort of communication with them in between, like if you want to have a consult with them before you let them book, or if you want to make sure like you are actually scheduling their session, then send them to a Calendly link to book a consult with you. What I would not do, and this goes for everybody, I never recommend you sending people to a contact form, because a contact form it's work. Like, this is work for people. They want the easiest thing to do. So I would send them to, like I said, either a session to book their date now or a session to set up a consult with you. If they have a question or something like that, then maybe you can have a contact form that if they just want to send you an email and ask you a generic question before they set up an actual consult with you, then that's fine. You could have both options. But I think like asking people to do too many steps is where they could fall off. So, and like, you know, type of session, I wouldn't know what to click here. And then when you say, tell me more about your project, this is where you lose people, because people are thinking, I don't know what to say. They're like, this is too much. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to get this conversation started. Like, what do I even ask her? Do I say like, hey, are you available for a photo shoot on this day? This is what I want. Like, they don't know your process. So this is your, like, if you do have some sort of contact or whatever, you can say step 1, schedule your consult with me. Step 2, we're going to hash all of this out. Step 3, we're going to have your photo shoot, and like tell them the process. But I think right now it's just leaving a lot up to them, and that's where we're going to lose them. So bringing it back to your link tree, I think like the send me a message button is way too vague. And they're going to be like, okay, well, never mind. Like, I just want an easy like contact here, or I want to just set up a call with you. So something to think about there. And I think you are not alone in this. This is what majority of people are doing. They're just putting a contact or something and they're crossing their fingers, hoping that people take the time to do it. So I'm always like, how can I make this super easy for the people? How can I give them all the information they need and then a quick button to either book or buy? All right, now I got to get back to your Instagram. I'm like, where is it? Okay, here it is. All right, so let's move on to your feed now. Here I see. Okay. So, and I'll say this to everybody, Kat's feed is beautiful. She is a photographer. This is her strength here. I don't want anybody to be intimidated thinking that your photos have to be this pretty in order for you to still be successful. What's important is the words you're saying to sell. Okay. She's a photographer, but you're going to see she still has to use words to sell. So for anybody here, don't get caught up in I have to have pretty pictures and I have to have pretty graphics. This is just a bonus that Kat's feed is beautiful. All right, so let's look at this first caption. I'm going to read some of this to you guys because she did a very good job with this caption. And I'm going to walk you through kind of what she has done here. So she said, simple yet beautiful. That's where we're going to start. You might not show up to your session with all the posing confidence you want for it, but I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to walk you through leaning, standing, and walking poses first. Next, I'm going to ask, what are you strongest at? Then we'll skip down, but we're not going to stop there. You and I will work through the movements until we find the one that's unique and beautiful to you. We'll add the best light, perfect background, and then, that's what I want for you. I want you to feel comfortable and confident when shooting with me. And I want you to leave a session knowing how amazing, beautiful, and talented you are. I'm ready where you are, when you are. Let's book your session and start playing today. Contact link in my bio. Yes. Okay. Here's what I love about this. So many people would have put this picture up and said twinkle toes or something. You know, they would have had 0 words to go with this photo. But you took this as an opportunity to speak to the actual things that are going on in your client's head. The objection that your client would have to booking a session with you is they don't feel confident. They feel awkward in front of the camera. They're a dancer, but they don't know what moves are going to look good on film or in pictures and photography. And you spoke to all of that. You created comfort here. So for everybody And I would recommend everybody go look at this post and like screenshot it so you can create your own version of this. But she spoke to the things going on in her client's head. She showed them that she understood them. And she thought about what are the reasons that people would either not book or buy with me, or what are the things that they're actually saying to me at the sessions. And she created a post around that. To me, Kat, this is something, and in the boot camp, we are very big on repurposing. This is a post that you could use over and over. You could use the same caption on different posts, you know, every month, 2 months, 3 months, like, and keep this on rotation. My only upgrade for this post would be that you could break up some of these bigger text blocks of text just to make it a little bit easier to read. And then again, once you kind of streamline your booking and contact process, you could have a clearer call to action of like, if you're ready to get started, you know, click or book your consult with me with the link in my bio or something like that. And I will say this with your hashtags, and this is for everybody, I want you to notice how she has included generic industry broad hashtags like dancer life, dancer, dance photography, but she also has just as many local hashtags and industry specific local hashtags. So Louisville photographer, Indiana. Oh, wait, Indiana. Okay, I'm confused about that. Maybe I don't know geography. Kentucky, KY photographer, Louisville photography, downtown Louisville mom. Like, she's mixed all of these in. Okay. I'm like, is Louisville in Indiana? I just got really confused. I don't know. Don't ask me to do geography. Okay. I can teach y'all a lot of things. Geography is not one. All right. I actually have 5 different posts that we're going to go through. So this one, there's nothing like that summer before senior year, hang out with friends, riding around in the sunshine, listening to music, laughing, talking, making plans. These are the moments we were capturing with our city minis this past weekend. The girls fully understood the assignment. This session was nothing but good vibes and ice cream. Can't wait to share more soon. I love this. And I love the way you shared it because you created an experience. You took it beyond a photo shoot. Okay. You actually made it be a fun, exciting thing that these girls really got to look forward to and enjoy. And I can tell you right now, a lot of people do not enjoy photo shoots. It stresses them out. They think they're going to look ugly. They don't know what to wear. You are presenting this as an experience. And to me, going back to your bio with vibrant and fun sessions all about you, you're selling an experience. Like, you are selling the experience of the photo shoot, the experience with their friends, and the actual photos, and that they can cherish and have memories around forever. So I really like how you did that in this post. And I say this a lot, you guys, but as local business owners, I always like to think of my business of how can I bring something to my city that people get excited about. And I can tell you right now, people are not always excited about photo shoots, but you've created this as like a package thing of look how much fun you're going to have with me on this photo shoot. Oh my gosh. I would pick you over everybody right now. Like, I'm like, can I be a senior dancer? Can y'all hear that thunder? I love it. Okay. Next one. And I think this kind of goes off the same thing. When your senior session includes a gorgeous golden hour and your bestie, who just so happens to also be your little sister. I love when you bring people you love to your senior session. Your senior year is all about making memories that last forever. And what better way than to capture them in photos full of fun, sun, and laughter? Yes. Keep selling that. You are selling experiences, memories, fun. The only thing in this post is you have to actually sell it. Okay. I would change this call to action to book a consult with you or to book a session. And that goes for every single one of your posts. I would always tell people to book, because, and here's what's important too, especially as a photographer, and this is something fun that you get to do. You're probably tagging, you're tagging the people in the picture. So these people are going to turn around and share this photo to their story, right? When people click on the photo, you want them to see how to work with you. So always, always, always include those call to actions. 5 things to know about the KBP dance rep team. Well, okay, that's your, I was like KBP. Yeah, okay, so that is your initials. Got it. Okay. Any dancer between the ages of 11 to 18 can apply. There's a small fee to join the team. Sorry. And the project runs for 9 months. You will participate in group photo shoots and also receive individual photos. The dance team is called the Ballerinas. That's cute. Applications go live. Be on the lookout. Okay, I'm so excited for this project. I hope you are too. If you love to dance, you've always wanted to have those amazing Insta-worthy dance photos, this team's for you. Okay, I don't know what this is. Like, I'm not sure on what this rep dance team is or what you're buying if you were to join this dance team. So, and I'm not saying take this post down. I just think you need to, I see this one was posted May 17th. Y'all, I'm like, have I not talked lately? Okay, I would just be way more clear on what this is. So who is this? I mean, you got the who it's for, but what is it? Like, what are they actually buying or joining with this team? How does it work? It's like you have the details here, but we don't know what it actually is unless you're, if this makes sense to your people, great. Like, I could just be an outsider, not fully knowing. But I think some sort of description on what it is and what the value of it is. Like, think about what are you actually selling them here? And then that's what you're going to want to sell. These are just more like details that I don't know if I want to necessarily be a part of it yet, you know? So I would do another post similar to this, but telling me what it is and what I get for joining or why I want to be a part of it. And again, you've done such a good job creating community and experiences. Like, to me, this seems like a community and an experience. It's just not as exciting and compelling as the other things here. So kind of approach this team in the same way you have with these photo shoots. Tell them about the experience. Sell the experience. Okay, what else did I have? Also, I want to see more of you. I see a lot of you on your feed, but I mean, I think people, especially photographers, it's a very personal relationship that, you know, that you're going to have with your service. So the more you can pop up, the better. Let's see what other one. I think I had one more caption. It may have been, and look, it took me all the way to this photo earlier when I realized that you didn't, and maybe he's a dancer, I don't know, but I think it was this picture that I got confused on who you were for. Like, because I'm like, is he just a senior or is he a dancer too? And again, call to action, same thing. Okay. Oh, I know what it is. Maybe it was this one. No. Where was it? This one. Okay. Lexi brought the fire to her session yesterday in her entire wardrobe, which I always recommend, in her amazing talent and beauty. Dream weather mixed with fun we were having produced amazing results. Check them out and let her know in the comments. So you already know what I'm going to say. Have a call to action. But what I like what you did here is you like rallied behind her, and you were getting your community to rally behind her and to cheer her on and support her. So again, like, you're very good at creating community. So I would do more of that. I would just build this community and like you being everybody's like hype girl here, but also with the selling part. Like you can do both. So I think that comes with always having those call to actions, but you're doing such a good job already with creating the vibe and the positioning that you want. I would just sell more and I would make it easier for them to book with you. And to me, I think that is going to be like your quickest upgrade. Like just making more offers and make it easier for them to buy. And I think that's going to be a complete game changer for you. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. Here's what I want to say. I want to offer you this. I've got some news for you. So Kat, like I said, is in the boot camp right now. We are 2 weeks in to this current live round. But what I want to tell you right now is, so our next live group is going to start in the fall. A lot of people asked me during this last launch of the boot camp when we're going to start again. We're going to start in the first week of September, but I want to make it super, super clear to you guys that you do not have to wait until the fall to get started. And I actually think now before the fall is one of the best times to get started. And here's why. You get instant access to everything. So we have June, July, and August. We have 3 months until our next group starts. That means you have 3 months to take your time going through the modules. You don't like right now, my group is going week to week to week, except those that got in earlier. But for you, you could get in now, take your time going through everything, implement as you go. And then in the fall, you're going to go through it live with us week to week as a group. And then you just get more support in your implementation, but you're already going to be ahead and you're already going to have tried things and tested things. So you'll be in an even better position to get quicker results when we go through it live in the fall. Also, when you book in the off season is what I call it, you get 3 private one-on-one coaching calls with me. So that's just me and you for 3 hours. They're all separate. You don't have to do them all at once. But just me and you, just focusing on your business and what is keeping you stuck. And actually you get a kickoff call too. So that's like 3.5 hours, just me and you talking about your business, seeing what you need to be working on the most. And also you get access to our entire coaching call library. So that means like this group that's just started 2 weeks ago, you could be watching our replay coaching calls every week and learning as we go through with this current group. Like you'll just kind of be creeping behind the scenes, but you still get to actually basically learn and go through it with us. The recordings are uploaded every Thursday after our coaching call. There is nothing stopping you from going through those and watching those. I have my alumni boot campers that will go watch the replays just so they kind of can keep their own momentum going. Now, here's the best part. And I'm going to offer you this right now. I'm not offering this in the fall. Oh no, it says my live video ended. Did it end? No, it says I'm live still, but my Facebook thing says it ended. Oh, well, I'm going to finish it anyway. We'll see. I'm going to offer you right now the option. If you want it, you don't have to take this, but there is a 6-month payment plan option. So basically you could start now and you would be paying over the 3 months in the summer and then the 3 months of the boot camp. So there's a 6-month payment plan available. It will not be available in the fall. So you have to enroll in the summer to take advantage of that payment plan. The payment plan is not listed on my website. You're going to have to reach out to me, DM me, email me, and I will send you that link if you want to do the 6-month payment plan. On my actual website, there's a pay in full link and there is a 3-month payment plan link, but the 6th one is not available to everybody. That's just here for you guys. Okay. So that is it. I will say, and I'll put this in the comments, even though I'm not entirely sure I'm live anymore, but here's my link to Calendly if you want to take a look at the sales page. And if you have questions about the boot camp, schedule a call with me. Please make sure you've looked at the sales page first. And that way you kind of know exactly what your questions are, and we can talk about whether or not it's a good fit for you, or if you have anything you're like, oh, will this work for me? We can talk about it all. Okay. All right, you guys, I will see you next week. Same place, same time.